Hello friends and hello student. In this session we learn the advanced feature of for loop in C language. So let us start. I first share my laptop screen and here fix the position. Okay, and you can watch my video lecture is better way. And here in Turbo C++ I just double click and now take some time and now is open. Yes, and here Alt F file menu is open and taking new file and just full screen. And here we can say that advanced we can say that feature features, yes, features, features of for loop. So that is our goal. So we can say that advanced feature of for loop. So we can say that extra feature of for loop, or we can say that additional feature of for loop. So first you can not watch for loop in C language in my previous video lecture. You can first watch and then attempt this video so you can better understand what is the advanced feature of for loop. So now we can directly start our link section, and that is our header file and standard input output conio console input output conio.h and std standard input output. So here we require only two header file, and now main is start. Yes, and here we can take some variable like I, and then clear the screen. Yes, and then take directly for loop. So that is a syntax. I initialize, that is first part is a initialize part, then semicolon, then I less than equal to 5, that condition part, then semicolon, and I plus plus, that is increment or decrement. Here we can take increment part or use I plus plus postfix increment operator. Okay, so here we can just percentage d. So and print our I like series program. So for loop is a most suitable like a series programming, pattern programming, triangle and pyramid. When we that program, we can initially starting and ending value know, and in advance that time you can use the for loop. And when you can not your how many loop is execute, that is known as a iteration. So that time you can use the while loop. So number programming like Armstrong number, perfect number, all number programming we can use the in my previous video lecture is a while loop. But now here we can print 1 to 5. So that time we require the for loop. And we can also learn advanced feature of for loop. So that is a also we can say that for loop we can use. Okay, so I have to press that shortcut key and save our file, and that we can adv advanced underscore for and dot c. So that is a c plus c file. Otherwise that is a c plus plus. We cannot provide here extension that store in c plus plus file. So here we can must be provide dot c extension. After the file name, dot is a file name after, that is known as an extension of that file. Okay, so I compile this file. Yes, there is no any error, and that our exe is generated, and I run control F9, and that 1 to 5 is print, that series program we can say that. So here we can say that that is our first simple for loop we have to print. Okay, so now we can use some extra feature. So here we can take two variable like x and y, and here I initialize x equal to 10 and y equal to 2. So here we can first use in condition part expression. So solve some expression and then our condition is checked. So x divided by y. So that is x is 10 static and 2. So that is same as 1 to 5 is printed. Let us check. I compile and then run. So yes, there is no any error. So you can use some expression in condition part, and also here like we can parenthesis x divide by y, and here I just as previous condition change I is greater than or equal to 1, and here we can provide minus minus. So I is initialized 5, so that print is 5 to 1. So let us check how it's print. So we can also provide the expression in initialized part. There is no any error in for loop. Okay, so 5 to 1 is print. Okay, so that is a first, we can say that advanced feature you can use in initialize part, that condition part, and also you can here provide, there is no error, like here we can testing some expression. I give the x 20 and here y is 2, and here we can use like plus equal to 2 minus, so that the full form is a I equal to I minus 2, so decrement 2 value. So let us what any no error, let us check. Yes, and 10 8 2 4 4 and 2 up to 2. You can also here provide like up to 0, so that print is a 0 also. Yes, and in reverse order, like we can here provide like directly 1 and less than or equal to our previously x divided by y, and here we can plus equal, that is a compound assignment operator, that short technique. And here you can say that I plus I equal to I plus 2, so that is also possible. There is no any error. So that is a 1 3 5, or we can say that previous we can print the even series and now is a odd series is print. Okay, so that is a we can say that advanced feature I have to know very well. So now is a we can print. Okay, so that is a expression in 3 part we can provide in initialize part, condition part, and then increment or decrement part, also some expression we can solve and that value is assigned. Okay, so now we can print one for loop is a 2 for loop work. First we can I give the idea, so I less than 5, and as previously I plus plus, so and then I copy this loop, yes, and then paste. So here we can take like I here like j we have to take variable and that provide 5, and uh, j is greater than or equal to 1. Okay, yes, greater than, and j minus minus, so here j minus minus, and also here print the j. Yes, and we can remove this x and y variable previously were take and let us check. So yes, that is a print I is a 1 to 5 and j is a 5 to 1. So I just save. So that is a two separate for loop, but now we can convert in a one for loop work as a two for loop. So how it possible? So I just give this first we can remain as it is, and here our initialize part with help of comma operator we can double. So here I j5, so that loop is part coming in this loop. Yes, and now logical and or operator we can condition also double. So j is greater than equal to 1, that condition part is now come in the first for loop, and now increment decrement part we can also double in comma operator, so that all 3 parts in this loop come into the our first for loop. So that is not required. So one for loop work as a 2 for loop, and also you can print like here percentage d and then j. Okay, so that is a advanced feature of for loop. Let us check no any error. Yes, and also uh, that is mix up 1 then 5 2 4 3 3 4 2 5 1. So 1 to 5 print by I and 5 to 1 print by j. Okay, so that is a 2 1 for loop work as a 2 for loop. So here we can say that we can previously expression apply and then now 3 we part double, and also you can use here logical or operator. There is no any error. Yes, let us compile and then run. Yes, there is no any error. Yes, so as previously our variable element is print. Okay, now we can also here provide the comma operator, but there is not proper in condition. There is no any error, but as previously output, that is not proper. So we can use logical and or operator in condition part. Okay, So there is a 3, and previously we can consider expression that is a 4 advanced feature. In all part we have to double. Okay. Now we can omit some, remove our part in for loop. So here first remove this all 2 parts. Yes, we can remove or omit. Omit means remove that part. So we can use only one for loop, omission. So condition we have to remain as it is. Okay. And now first we can check this also remove and this also remove. Yes. So that is no any error. So you can remove this first part. That is a, we can say that first we can expression, then all 3 part is double. Now we can omitting some parts. So that is, yes, j is removed in here and also in %d, because we have to remove the j variable. So that is now no any error. Yes, so you can remove the first part. Yes, so we can, yes, here is a initialization is required, I equal to 1, otherwise not print any element. So we can print 1 to 5 as previously. Yes, 1 to 5 is printed. So how we can initialize here, directly initialize part is gone in the above of the for loop. And now also that part is increment decrement part, omit means remove that part. So how we can, there are 2 that we can provide the body of for loop, like here we can I plus plus and closing, because now 2 statement. So that is opening and closing brace require now in for loop, because there are 2 statements. So first we cannot provide, now same as previous. And now also we can remove this part. Yes, that also possible. I just remove. So how our increment decrement part, after the year I print and then plus plus. So post thick increment is there. There is no any taking error. And also you can print like here I provide 65 and less than like 70. And here I just not change data type %c and I plus plus. So what happened? What print to a our ASCII code A, capital A to F. So A, B, C, D, that series programming. Up to you can give any, like here I provide like 75. So that is, and we can provide here 90. So A to Z, that print ABCD over. Yes, A to Z. There is no any error. Okay. So all 2 part we can omit, initialization part and incrementing. If we remove this condition, so what happen? So that loop is a known as a infinite loop. And in what is infinite loop? Infinite loop means endless loop, that we can take some extra event, or we can control pause break, or we can press our window key and then come out our window and then close this editor and then reopen. So that is, I have to know very well, that is a loop is a, that all part you cannot just condition remain as it is, otherwise that loop is a infinite loop. So that is also that not taking any error. Let us check. So that code is not reached here because that loop is infinite loop. Okay. So I have to know very well, but for your testing or your understanding, how you come out for infinite loop, if any time in one time in our coding taking some infinite loop, so how to come out that infinite loop, I can just show you for your reference. So now I can run, that is a some risks, because we can loop is a infinite loop. Yes, I control F9. So that is a that loop is infinite. So we can take some extra like control pause check, or we can press window key, and here I come out, and then we can, if anytime that type of appear in your programming, just close this editor. I just show you how to solution of this infinite loop, and then reopen your turbo editor. So that is take, yes, now open and open your file. Yes, and then our first advanced for loop, and now you can correct your logic. So that is a proof we cannot omit our condition. So I just show you what is an infinite loop and how to come out. Okay, so I give the here I less than 5. So there is now okay, and let us 1 to 5 is now that some symbol, because here we cannot change the percentage C is there, we can give the D. So that is now 1 to 5. Yes. So you can understand what is an infinite loop in C language. So just I give the demo how to come out from the infinite loop. So there is a 2 solution. You can press Control pose key, that is known as a break pose back key. Or you can if your editor not support, sometimes some editor is not supported, so you can press your window key in keyboard and then come back in window and close your editor and then reopen and then correct your condition. That is a way to come out from infinite loop. There is no any way. So that is a solution how to come out in infinite loop. So we can see the seventh advanced feature, some expression, then all three part we have to double, and all three part we have to remove. But in condition we have to remove, that is some risk, because that is loop is an infinite loop. And now we can give our previously just I here I now initialize yes and 1, and here I provide 1000 yes condition and I plus plus. So that is a 1000 print. But here I give the blank. Here I just, that is a delay loop. So that that statement I remove, and that is a null statement in C statement. That is the last advanced feature of for loop, null statement. So only semicolon. There is no any statement. So that is any not taking any error. Yes, that is no any error. So there is no any produce output. There is no any output. Like in a C language, I just enter, that is come out from editor. There is no any infinite loop. But that is a like in dos.h, that is header file, and that is a delay function is there. Same work, that is a null body of that is a null statement, and that is only one statement in for loop, and that null, so not produce any output of that for loop, and that for loop is known as a delay for loop. So that work as a time consumed just only. I less than or 1000 times, that is a hold the compiler, and that delay, like that for loop is a delay loop. So that is you can use in like a delay function, that type of logic used by Dennis, which I guessing that that is also possible. Okay, and also different logic is also possible. So I just that semicolon, that is a known as a null statement. Also you can provide here in after the for loop parenthesis after, there is no any error and not produce any output, that is also delay loop same as, but here we can provide in after that is not taking any error, and same that is a as it is. So that is a time consumed delay for loop. Okay, so that is a seventh, or we can say that eighth feature of advanced for loop. And I just revise just that name, because we cannot revise all these things. First is we can take x and y, some in the initialization and condition part, we can give the x and divide by y, that expression. Then we can all three part double with initialize part, we can provide comma operator, like here I just show you. Here we can provide like j equal to 5, and also we can provide here like a minus minus, and also in condition part we can double, that is possible. So I less than equal to 5 and logical and or j greater than equal to 1. So that is we have to print, and I remove this comment, and we can print that one for loop used for two for loop. So that is we can print I and j. So that is a one for loop work as a two for loop. Yes, we cannot declare the j, so that is taking error. Okay, now it's okay, and as previously I just show you, so that is directly, but because we can here that I yes, that is a I less than yes, and j is greater than yes, and j minus minus yes, that is okay. So how is print I equal to 1, j equal to 5, j less than I less than or equal to 5, and j greater than equal to 1. Okay, and j minus minus, but here is required, here is semicolon, there is our null statement, so that is directly 0 and 6 printed. I just remove this null statement, now there is print over as previously. So that is a we can say that three part we have to double, to initialize part comma operator, and logical and or condition we have to double, and increment decrement part. Then we can omit all one by one part, we can omit, but we can omit our condition, that is infinite loop. And last we can, as early now recently we have to see that is a null statement. So that is a delay loop. Okay. So that is, I hope you can understand. So that is a best one for loop work as a two for loop. So that is a total 8 advanced feature of for loop. Some expression you can give, some double part, all three double parts, and all remove, but condition you have to remove, that is a infinite loop, and then last is a null statement, that is a no any produce output, that is a null or delay loop or for loop. So I hope you can understand and enjoy this session. So many things in for loop you can use in your programming logic in pattern, triangle, pyramid is their programming. So you can use this two, one for loop as a what two for loop. That is a benefit for you. So now I can finish this session because there is a all feature is covered in this one session. 8 feature of advanced for loop, or we can say that additional feature of for loop. Okay, so I just close this file as remaining, and then I come out alter X, and yes, any query or any doubt for this advanced feature of 8 feature of for loop, so you can write in comment section, and subscribe my channel Ashok Sijal Academy, press the bell icon to never miss any update, and thanks for your watching, supporting and sharing my video lecture, and Hare Krishna.